Hi friends, welcome to this video. I am so excited to be sharing with you some fiction books that are Christian that I want to recommend / Christian fiction books that are on my radar. So let's go ahead and get into some recommendations first. This one I have a reading vlog for, so I will link that down below. This is This Present Darkness by Frank Peretti. If you want to learn about spiritual warfare, go ahead and read this book because a lot of what he says is so biblical and so real and true, and I really loved it. I will say it is a little bit hard to get into at first for some reason, but once you get into it, it's amazing. I loved it so much. I want to read the second book. I don't have it currently, but I do want to read it. One thing to note is if you are going to read this, I would highly recommend you make a character list because there are quite a few characters in this book, so it's really, really good. Highly recommend. The next one is like a recommendation / ones that I want to keep reading, and that is Terry Blackstock, If I Run. This book I have read, and I also have a reading vlog for. I will link down below. It is a Christian suspense. I think there may be romance eventually in this series, but it's all about a Casey Cox. Her DNA is all over a crime scene, and she decides to go on the run because she didn't do it, but she doesn't trust the system or the police officers to not frame her for it, basically. You get another perspective in this book from the man who's trying to find her. He's working with the police, and yeah, it's very good. It's very genuine faith themes as well. I love the faith in this book. It was so good. I really recommend it. I am excited to continue on in this series. I just recently got these from Half Price Books. I think this one's the next one, If I'm Found and If I Live. Look at that. Wait, does it go like this? And then this is so cool. It like makes a face. I can't do it. But it makes like a face. You see it? You see it, right? It's pretty cool. So I'm excited to continue on in that series. Again, ones that I have read and also everyone and their dog knows about, but I have to mention them because so good. And I haven't actually completed this whole series, so I need to, but The Magicians Nephew and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The Magician's Nephew, you guys, The Magician's Nephew. It might be like, I don't know. I read this and it like hit me. It was so good. This is like the prequel that was written after the series was complete to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This was the first book originally, but I'm making my way through them, making my way downtown. I have The Horse and His Boy next. I think that's the order you read them in. That's the number on my spine, but I've heard mixed things about, no, read something else before this. So if you have an opinion on that and you think very strongly about it, let me know. But oh my word, these books, they're children's books, but they're just so good and so meaningful and just the best. Okay, so read these, and I'm excited to continue on in the series. One that I have read a really long time ago, I think I was like 16 or 15 when I read it, is Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. I had the OG red dress brown cover, but I don't know what happened to it, but I'm very excited to reread this one very soon. This is like a reimagining, a retelling of the book of Hosea in the Bible. It's about a woman from a really hard background. She is just struggling in her life, doing some bad things, making some bad choices, and a man named Michael Hosea who comes and marries her and loves her unconditionally. And that's all you need to know about this. It's so good. I want to reread this and then watch the movie because there is a movie adaptation in case you're interested in that. Francine Rivers writing, very emotional. It sucks you into the story. So good. Another series by Francine River is the Mark of the Lion series. This series, y'all, it's so good. It's so good. So there's 3 books, obviously: A Voice in the Wind, The Echo in the Darkness, and As Sure as the Dawn. I really want to read these very soon again. Like I'm really, really, really wanting to reread these as soon as I can. I can't wait. This story. Hadassah is the main woman in this book series, and it's just so good. There's not really a synopsis, and I don't want to say too much, but it's set in Roman times, like after Jesus has died and risen again. Turmoil is happening, and Rome is in chaos, and the Christians are being persecuted. The Jews are being persecuted, Christians especially. So anyways, very good. Hadassah ends up being a slave to a Roman family, and it's all about that. Chef's kiss, amazing. Pick this book up. Pick this series up. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Even if you don't love historical fiction like me, like I feel like if it's really good historical fiction, I like it. But if it's not, I don't. I'm not a historical fiction girly normally, but this is elite, okay? Elite. Okay, now we're getting into some mysteries. I recently read a Christian cozy mystery called Invisible by Lorena McCourtney. This one I had a lot of fun with. It was hilarious. It was so good. I love Ivy, our main character. She is an elderly woman who just gets into all kinds of trouble as she's trying to figure out things. She's trying to figure out mysteries, solve some mysteries, and it was just so good. I have a reading vlog about this book, so I'll link it down below in case you're interested. I just love it. I also read If I Run in that video too. I don't know if I said that, but anyways, highly recommend. It was just a lot of fun. Some Christian cozy mysteries don't have death in them. This one does. So if you're looking for one that doesn't, then maybe steer clear of this one. But it was done very off-page. It's a cozy mystery, so it's definitely not dark or violent or any of those things. So the back doesn't really give you a description of what goes on in this book, so I won't either, but it is good. It was a lot of fun, so recommend. Another mystery that I want to get into is A New Chapter by Kristen Eckert. This is Secrets of Mary's Bookshop. Mary Fisher's dream has come true. She finally is about to open Mary's Mystery Bookshop in her beloved hometown of Ivy Bay, tucked away on a beautiful Cape Cod. But weeks before the grand opening, her shop is broken into and torn apart. Mary is shocked, but she's even more stunned to discover that the only thing the intruders stole was an old, dusty photograph of the storefront. Who would have taken it and why? I'm just so excited for this book and this series. This is the first book in a whole series, and different authors write different books. So that's exciting. One that I want to dip my toe in. I'm just here for it. A mystery bookshop mystery series? Yeah, I'll take that. The next one is another Frank Peretti book, and that is The Oath. I have a funny memory of this book because when I was like a young child, my older sister was reading this book, and she was probably in like 5th or 6th grade, and she was thoroughly freaked out. Like she was very freaked out by this book, so I'll be interested to read it now as an adult. I'm sure it's pretty terrifying. The back only says, an ancient sin, a long forgotten oath, a town with a deadly secret. I think that like a beast is terrorizing this town. That's all I know. That's all I want to know going into it. I'm excited to get to it. Frank Peretti is quickly becoming a favorite author. I hope. You know, I hope. So I just have a few more and my battery's flashing at me. I don't know. But the next one is Tessa Afshar, Land of Silence. I heard Amanda talking about this book, and so I went and got it. But it's all about the woman with the blood issue. She basically crawls to Jesus and touches the hem of his garment, and he feels the power go out. He healed her. All about her life, I think, and I've heard just amazing things about it. I looked up the reviews. They're all amazing, glowing. I'm so excited. Some of you have actually told me to try Tessa Afshar, and I'm excited to make this my first book by her. 2 more. Maybe my battery will last. I don't know. Next is Dear Henry Love Edith by Becca Kinzer. Booktube has completely raved about this. Christian Booktube anyways. It's a Christian romance. It's supposed to be very funny, very lighthearted. all about two people who are writing letters to each other but don't know they're writing letters to each other. In fact, they think they're elderly people. So they're like getting to know each other through these letters, but then in real life they're bumping into each other and kind of catching feelings, but they don't know that they're writing letters to each other. Okay? I am so looking forward to this one. Oshina has said that this is like hilarious. And so you said rom-com hilarious? Sign me up. The next one I want to finish reading, I actually have started this one, is Redemption by Karen Kingsbury. This is the first book in the Baxter family saga. I'm very excited to continue on in this one. Kind of more dramatic, drama centered on this family, the happenings, the real life heartaches that are going on in this family, specifically with a woman named Carrie. She finds out that her husband is cheating on her and just what happens after that. So I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to seeing the in-depth heart and like how to handle a situation like this from a biblical standpoint, you know? I'm really loving the writing so far and excited to continue. Okay, I think that's all I can say right now. I'm trying to hurry and talk, but thank you so much for watching and I really appreciate your support. Let me know if you have any that you want to read or that you have read and want to recommend. Leave all the things down below. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!